Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most interesting rumors swirling around the NFL right now. Especially for us Packers fans who are always on the lookout for ways to elevate this team to the next level. Word from NFL insider Rossini and other sources is pointing towards a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the NFC West, and more importantly, significantly impact Green Bay's chances in the upcoming seasons. The rumor: the Seattle Seahawks, currently sitting at 4-5 with a projected cap space of around $16. $2 million in 2025, are considering trading their emerging star cornerback, Rick Woolen, to the Packers in exchange for a third-round pick in 2026. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Woolen, a Pro Bowler, a key piece of Seattle's secondary. And yes, that's exactly what makes this rumor so intriguing. Woolen, who exploded onto the scene in 2025, has turned into one of the league's most promising young defensive backs. The numbers don't lie: 52 tackles, 3 interceptions, 13 pass defenses, and a PFF coverage grade of 88. 5. He's been a lockdown at times with an EPA of -0. 33 per target, meaning he's been an absolute nightmare for opposing offenses, especially in coverage. His yards after catch per reception is just 30 yards, showing how well he can neutralize the short game and his blazing 4.26 40-yard dash makes him one of the fastest cornerbacks in the league. His career stats are impressive too: 9 interceptions and 110 tackles so far, with a notable injury in Week 6 that limited him to 79% of snaps. But even with that, his impact has been undeniable. Woolen's deep route coverage is elite, with a grade of 90. 5, and he's already proven capable of neutralizing explosive offenses. Just look at his performance against the 49ers, where he held them to 148 yards in the secondary, essentially locking down their aerial attack. Now, the Seahawks are in a bit of a tricky spot financially. They need cap space for extensions, especially for Geno Smith, who's set to make around $40 million next season. Plus, their external corner positions have been a bit inconsistent, giving up about 210 yards per game through the air. Some analysts are skeptical about trading Woolen, considering his potential and recent performance, but the Seahawks might be forced to make tough choices. Trade idea is that acquiring a third-round pick in 2026 could help them rebuild the roster, especially as their secondary has been a bit leaky, with a -16% EPA zone coverage in 2024, which isn't exactly inspiring confidence. Trading Woolen, though, would be a clear statement that Seattle is betting on a rebuild, possibly focusing on younger players and draft picks for the future. But that's where it gets especially interesting for us Packers fans. The Green Bay secondary has faced its share of challenges this season. Injuries have hit the outside corner spots hard. Jaire Alexander has been solid, but the depth behind him has struggled at times, giving up about 215 yards per game through the air. Adding someone like Woolen could be a game changer. The potential impact: well, for starters, Woolen's speed and ball skills would elevate our secondary's overall play, making it much tougher for divisional rivals like the Bears and Vikings to find open receivers. His ability to neutralize deep threats and lock down the outside would give Joe Barry's defense a new dimension. Imagine Woolen lining up on one side, with Jaire on the other, creating a formidable duo that opposing quarterbacks will think twice about throwing against. Most importantly, Woolen's presence could lead to an increase in turnovers, something we've been craving all season long. His knack for making interceptions and breaking up passes would translate into more scoring opportunities for our offense. And let's not forget, his presence in the secondary would likely reduce the number of big plays allowed, helping us improve our EPA per pass attempt, an area that's hurt us at times this year. If he joins the Packers, the defense could see a boost of around 5 additional interceptions over the course of the season, and we'd see a significant drop in the yards allowed per pass, potentially around 17%. That's huge for a team that's already known for its tough physical defense, but needs that extra spark to keep pace in a competitive NFC. And speaking of the NFC, this move could have ripple effects across the division. The Packers are looking to make a deep playoff run, and a defense that can shut down the aerial attacks of teams like the Rams or the 49ers could be the X factor that pushes us into the Super Bowl conversation. Woolen's ability to cover deep routes and force turnovers aligns perfectly with our team's strategic goals: speed, aggression, and ball-hawking playmaking. Plus, with the odds for Super Bowl LXI moving from +6, 0 to +3, 500, it's clear that the betting markets see the Packers as serious contenders if they can shore up their defense. Woolen's addition could be that missing piece, especially in deep playoff runs where every turn of the ball counts. Now, some of you might wonder about the practicality. Would the Seahawks really trade Woolen? And what about the impact on their rebuild? Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Seahawks are trying to stay competitive now, but also need to prepare for the future with limited cap space and some uncertainty in their secondary. If they're eyeing a rebuild, parting ways with Woolen for a third-round pick might be a logical move, especially if they believe they can find another young corner to develop. Plus, a trade like this would send a clear message that Seattle is looking to reset and focus on building through the draft, which can be a strategic move in the long run. On our side, the Packers would be acquiring a young, proven talent who's still ascending. His ceiling is sky-high, and adding him to our defense would immediately boost our chances not only in the regular season, but also in the playoffs. With Woolen's elite deep route coverage and speed, our secondary would become one of the toughest in the league, giving Jair and the rest of the backfield more freedom to be aggressive. And considering how much our defense has improved under Joe Barry this season, adding a player like Woolen could be the final piece to turn us into a true defensive powerhouse. Of course, this is still just speculation at this point, but it's a rumor worth watching. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and if the Seahawks decide to pull the trigger, it could set off a domino effect that benefits the Packers immensely. The timing also lines up with the fact that our team is in a position to contend, especially if we shore up our secondary and continue to develop our young offensive weapons. Jordan Love has been showing flashes of the franchise QB we've been hoping for, and with a defense that can lock down opponents, we could be looking at a serious Super Bowl run in the very near future. So, Packers fans, keep your eyes peeled. This rumor about Woolen might just be the spark our team needs to push over the top. If we could add a player of his caliber, it would send a message across the league that Green Bay is back in the game, ready to contend for championships and looking to make a serious statement in the NFC. Remember, the NFL is all about the right moves at the right time, and a trade like this, if it happens, could be exactly what we need to take that next step. So stay tuned, stay excited, and I'll be right here to keep you updated on all the latest developments. The Packers are on the rise, and this potential move could be a game changer for us all. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this rumor? Do you think Woolen could be the missing piece for our defense? Would you support a trade for him, even if it means giving up a third-round pick? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. We're on the verge of something special, folks, and it's exciting to be part of this journey together. Let's keep the faith, keep the passion alive, and get ready for what's coming next. Go Packers!